Next, we are live. Hello. Let's put out the announcement posts. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those who do not fit into the above categories, and welcome to the Iceni Broadcasting System. Tonight, bringing to you Mass Effect Portent. Those of you who are unfamiliar, Mass Effect Portent is a tabletop RPG we have been playing now for a little while. Oh, Discord has not switched into streamer mode. Give me 1 second, folks. I apparently need to tell it how to do its goddamn job. Liz, would you care to describe the game for us all?
Of course, and also I find it hilarious that you thought you were ready on time today. Turns out you weren't.
I
Thanks,
was.
stream.
Discord failed me.
Such is life. Anyhow, welcome to Mass Effect Portent. This is a game built in the Mass Effect 5e system. You can easily find that online at n7world.com. And this game takes place towards the end of 2182, beginning of 2183, basically before the start of Mass Effect 1. The team is a bunch of indentured servants who are owned by someone they don't know, but their contract allows them to go into dangerous work. And they have been shuttled around from job to job, expected to do various tasks. The current task that the team is set upon is excavating out what appeared to be an empty ship that had been there for over 1,000 years at this point, only to find it wasn't quite as empty as the team thought it was. The team has found Rachni, which have thought to been dead since the Krogan, not the Krogan rebellions, but since before then, the Rachni Wars. And the team is asked to bring something back, something of value, but they don't really know what that object is yet. They've been told it's a queen egg. If there's a queen egg, they haven't spotted one. And now they seem to have pissed off the isolated hive. And that is where we left off last. Does anyone have any questions?
Clarify, we did actually find evidence that an egg had been there and it had been immersed in what amounted to royal jelly, but a binary helix team appears to have abducted the egg and taken it with them. So we know that something was here, but we don't know where it is now. And we managed to track the pheromones to leaving the front of the ship, and as soon as we started doing that, things started to go wrong.
Really, really wrong.
Wolf Venom said you forgot to describe the dramatic ending.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. So, our lovely Hanar friend, our squishy little Hanar named Zephin, is currently within the grasp of what looks like a queen Rachni, but you don't really know. However, he is currently being grabbed and stabbed at. Tanek is running towards a shuttle that has been there for over 1,000 years and hopes that he can blow big holes into the giant Rachni with the front gun of the shuttle. And Citus has grabbed Mace and yeeted themselves out the front of the ship because it's an Asari ship, which means they have a giant hole through the center of them. Why is this the design? I don't know. The Asari seem to like it, though.
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
It is a pretty ship, it has to be said.
All right, party people, are we ready to return to the map?
Yes, we are ready to suffer.
Wolf Venom said introductions.
But yes, I was about to say, we should also do our introductions first.
Yes.
Would you like me to, Viz, or would you like to?
Go forth and conquer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be playing in today's game, and I will be joined by my fellow players, an absolute freaking nerd.
Hello, everyone. I am Absolute Freaking Nerd. I will be playing Zephin, the Nuclear Adept Hanar.
I'm also
Not
joined.
for long.
I'm also joined by Diablo Awesome.
Hello, I'm Diablo Awesome. I'm playing Maze, the Asari engineer. Maybe not for long.
Possibly. I myself will be playing Tanek Kosh Valdot Toscaro Cho Lobesh. Sorry, just flipped off screen. Sanikeshk, who is he's a Solarian techno musician. What the fuck he's doing here is kind of hard to figure out. And finally, of course, we have Wolf Venom.
Wolf Venom said hello, I am Wolf Venom. Today I am floating in space as Psy, the Turian Sentinel.
And of course, to direct us in this calamitous mess is Viz Kanoya.
Hello, I am Viz Kanoya, and I'll be playing everyone and everything else, including possibly the vectors of death. Apologies in advance.
Right then, Viz.
So we're going to return to the map. You were going to say something, V?
Nope, I was going to say take it away. Oh.
All right. I believe the last thing that happened was Citus moving, and I have not moved the tracker yet. Is that correct?
Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said I think we ended on my turn jumping out the window and calling Prillus.
That sounds right. Which means it's the swarm of little guys' turn.
I don't like those words.
Talk amongst yourselves, gentlemen. It's gonna be a minute.
Well,
Oh dear.
hopefully, if I can get the gun to fire, it's going to do some damage to the one that's holding you and get its attention away from you.
Or it might blow both me and the creature up.
A plan with no drawbacks.
It is a risk. It is a risk that we are willing to take.
That is a sacrifice we are willing to make.
I'm just picturing that fucking Lord Farquaad meme.
That's what
Some
I was
of
going
you
for.
may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. It's not my turn, so I'm just here waiting.
Whimpering.
I don't think Hanar whimper.
Maybe.
Well, he's about to be hit with a very big gun, so he's about to.
Do you leak instead?
No.
Are you sure? It might make you
I
more
imagine they just
slippery.
kind of strobe.
Are you going to try for hypnotic patterns?
I mean...
Wolf Venom said he turns into a strobe light.
That's actually... Okay. I'm kind of thinking there might be merit to the hypnotic patterns, because there are fish that actually do stuff like that.
So, I'm now picturing a dance club where they just have terrified Hanar serving as the lighting.
No. But he's already poisoned this guy. He's probably still trying to poison him because he doesn't like him for obvious reasons. So I think they have disadvantage or something like that.
Yes, they have
Right, Viz?
disadvantage on attacks.
Okay, so if he eats Zephin, considering Zephin is radioactive, will he get cancer?
Zephin is not only radioactive, but he is also highly toxic. If he eats him, there is at least probably like a 50% chance this guy dies.
Okay. I have moved everything that needs to move. V,
Yes.
good sir, you're the only one within range, so I am very sorry.
Spitting.
Can you roll me 5 dexterity saving throws?
Viz, I don't think you're sorry.
I can try. I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail at least one of those. That's
Gotta
one
get all the
failed.
bad rolls out for the day.
I'm guessing a 7 is going to fail, yeah?
13 or greater passes.
Okay, I am going to use my inspiration to... Actually, no, I'm going to keep my inspiration because as much damage as this is going to do... Oh, I can't tank this, can I? Well, let's see what happens. If I get a nat... Oh, that one I pass. 3. That's a fail by 1. That's particularly galling. 4. So you get 3 that definitely hit.
Okay, so these do hit your shield. This is
Okay.
all acid damage coming from the little guys they're spitting at you.
All right. That's not too bad, actually. So it wipes out my shield, and it's left over with 5 damage to me, which sucks, but fair enough. Yeah.
Mace.
Well, it's on the ship, so there's not much I can do from here.
You can shoot from
Just-
outside.
Can shoot with. What's the range of my guns? Let me check for a minute. I'm going to use incinerate to try to break the glass. The glass, no, the barrier.
Okay. So that's going to hit no matter what. Before we calculate out that damage, give me just a second. I need to open up the primed page.
Oh no.
Am I gonna get detonated?
No, you're not. So, Diablo, could you please roll me 3d4? Roll your damage for your incinerate, please. The barrier, it looks like it's starting to crackle, like you had punched a glass mirror. The barrier is primed for fire.
And that's my turn.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Remember, just don't get hit.
Easier said
About
than done,
that,
I'm afraid.
We'll be fine. Hey, one WT1, good to see. Oh, this can only end well. I'm guessing I've got something coming my way.
You do. I was typing up what I need to type up. I take it 21 hits, correct?
Let me just... Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so the big guy is casting Warp at you.
Oh, no.
Doesn't the big guy still have disadvantage?
Not that big guy.
That different big guy.
Ah,
You are also primed for necrotic.
How much damage? 17.
17.
Okay, I'm almost down. You'll be
Yeah, and
pleased.
that's the only big one there.
You'll be
Zephin.
You'll be pleased to hear I now have
can
4
I
hit points.
try to? Can I try to wiggle free?
You may attempt to break the grapple, yes.
What should I roll?
Acrobatics or athletics. Okay.
Am I?
You
Are you
fail, I'm
kidding
afraid.
me? This motherfucker. This motherfucker. I hate him. I hate him. I hate
Wait,
him.
hold on. I'm sorry. No, sorry, it's still passed. I forgot it has disadvantage.
If you have inspiration, now is the time to use it.
I do not.
Now what? I'm going to give you one of my inspirations.
Thank you, Diablo. Very cool.
So, I have a question, Diablo. Are you letting Nerd roll again, or are you imposing another roll on the Rachni?
Well, Nud's strength is not very much, and I don't know how much strong the Rachni is.
It's probably better to make him roll
So
because... Well, actually, no, the Rachni will have disadvantage.
Yeah.
But the Rachni's at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the Rachni reroll that.
Wolf Venom said I thought the imposing rule was only if you got an at 20.
This is true. However, I am in recognition that this fight is heavily stacked against you guys at this particular point in time. So, I'm allowing for some bending to give you guys a better chance.
And that's a nat 1.
And Nerd, you're no longer grappled.
Yippee! Can I disengage and run to a safe spot of the bubble of doom?
I think you run into the bubble. You can't
No.
you can't disengage because that takes an action.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's nowhere safe.
Yeah, there's nowhere that's particularly safe in the bubble, but sure,
just
be my
wanna-
guest.
I just want to get away from the big guy, and that's why I'm asking if I could take a disengage action or if I already used my action.
You
I
used
think you will be able to reach you no matter where you go.
you used
So
your
to
action.
Yeah.
disengage once, please.
You used your action to get out of the grapple.
Okay, so I can't use a disengage action then, or anything.
No.
Okay, then I'm not moving because if I move, I'm gonna get opportunity, and I'm gonna get splattered.
Bear in mind, its opportunity attack
Is all right.
won't trigger until you've gone a certain
would-
distance away from it.
It's
I
got
start
10
to
feet
leave
because it's got reach.
Yeah. So if
You
I start to
could-
move away from it, it could get me.
You could, for example, move away from the gun's axis of fire.
If I try to move away, I risk getting bonked.
If you leave 10 feet, like if you get out of 10 feet of this thing, because it has reach.
Doesn't it just get opportunity by default if I
No.
start to leave its range?
Only if you leave that
If
range.
you leave the range, then yes, it gets an opportunity, but its range is 10 feet.
Okay. I will
So
move 10
when
feet
you
away
move,
from it
make
then.
sure that you're not out of 15 feet from any point of this thing.
So that's out of... yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's out of its range.
No, it's 10 feet away from it.
No, you were measuring out to 15 feet.
Wolf Venom said go beside the ship. Gun can't hit you there.
This is 10 feet, V.
Yes, that is, but you were measuring out to 15 feet.
I wasn't.
I could see you measuring.
I measured up to 10 feet.
From your
I think
location.
it was you who was measuring 10 feet because the arrow was purple.
No, he was
Yeah,
measuring...
mine's blue.
He was measuring from here. Look. He was measuring like this. Stop moving.
I wasn't-
Guys, stop. Whatever you're doing right now is
So
fucking up.
let's stop arguing about it. It's fucking fine. It doesn't matter. He's still within 10 feet.
But he is also still very much within the range of the gun, I would imagine. Maybe further away.
Nerd, is there any more movement that you would like to do?
No, thank you.
Tanak, hi, you're not looking so hot.
Nope. Tanik is pretty convinced that he's dead at this point, so he is going to charge 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He is dashing. 40. Can I, as an interaction, slap the button to close the door behind me?
Yes.
40. 45. 50. I'm guessing the cockpit is here, or is it further forward? Is it here?
I think it's right here because this spot right here looks like the tip of the ship, and then this stuff here looks like gun.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is just stopped, so if somebody was doing something, I'd ask you to not do that again, because it's blacking the entire screen out. Right, so he's at the cockpit. He's used his interaction already, so he can't do anything right now. Is there anything that looks like a gun control? This is a Krogan ship, so I'm imagining that would probably be the biggest system.
I'm gonna have you roll investigation for it.
That would be an action. And I've used my action to dash.
I'm calling for you to do it.
Alright. Investigation. I'm pretty good at those.
Huh, that really big button that says gun? You're pretty sure that's the gun button.
I don't think I can hit it on this turn unless I used my final 5 feet of movement to run into it. But I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing next turn.
Okay.
I'm guessing I
I
can't use my final 5 feet of movement to charge into it.
Use your head.
Or
I would say
could I
Jump
if you're
head.
gonna do
the
that,
button.
or could I burn my inspiration to do it?
I'm afraid not. However,
Okay.
I would say if you're going to use your final 5 feet movement, you have to elbow drop the button and go prone.
Done. This is where the gun fails to fire.
There you go. You're prone.
Don't tempt Viz.
I mean, it's 1,000 years old. There's a good chance it doesn't have any charge in its capacitors.
Wolf Venom said this was a party ship and you fired the confetti cannon.
I would love that, actually. Also, oh no.
Zephin, you're in it.
I did say you should move.
Oh no. I did move.
Into the line of
Yeah, man,
fire.
you both- Yeah.
Listen, I didn't know if it was just going to be a straight and narrow beam railgun kind of thing or a spray. It was a 50-50.
Yeah, and you lost the 50-50 too.
Yeah, I
You could have
lost.
Wolf Venom
moved
said
it-
I said
moved
stand
one
next to
or-
the ship. You would have been fine there.
And if you were going where I was pointing, you'd have been fine as well.
Okay, I get it. I fucked up.
It's
Move
okay.
on.
Don't worry.
You could have moved one to the side and be okay.
So I'm going to need dexterity saving throw from Zephyr and the Rachni. I'll be rolling the Rachni.
With disadvantage for the Rachni.
You can only get 1 point worse at this point.
Try it. I didn't. Okay, nerd.
Oh,
Would you like inspiration?
Alright.
I would like an inspiration.
I will
please.
give you my inspiration. Next time,
Thank you.
listen to me.
Oh, that is significantly better. Thank you, V.
You are welcome.
Okay, so you passed, which means you take half of what's about to happen.
Does it hit my
shit.
shields at least?
Oh yeah, it will hit your shields.
It's gonna hit your shields first.
It's gonna hit
yeah.
everything. This is where it does turn out to be the confetti cannon.
Surprise!
Yeah, it's the confetti cannon. Except, instead of confetti, it's explosive.
I mean, to be fair, given the distance you are from it, that would still fucking hurt.
All right, there you go. That's damage. Zeppin, you take half that. You can apply your barriers if you have any.
I do not have any. However, I think half of that might not even break my shields.
18.
Okay, so half. Yeah, that doesn't break my shields.
Your shields are 20, nice.
Yeah, no, Zephyr is stacked on shields for the sake that he has a very bad armor class.
And also because it would be hitting the back wall of it.
It also hits the barrier.
The barrier shatters.
Zephyr is free as a Hanar.
And I take that as the end of your turn, V, because you've done everything you can do.
Oh, I've done more than I should have been able to, yes.
Okay.
It did actually do a notable chunk of its health. I'm slightly impressed.
Good job, V.
I mean, I am dead next turn. Pretty certain of that.
You might not be. You could be safe in there.
I have 4 hit points. I'm pretty sure if something goes bang in the cockpit, I'm dead.
Well, then don't let anything go bang in the cockpit. Simple.
I'm afraid the cockpit is about to get banged by Arachni.
That wording.
Wolf Venom said don't forget you can get out of the other side of the ship.
I know. But I then have to get past the big guy, which I'm not getting past the big guy.
Balance.
Oh, Viz.
You might be able to. I still have spell slots.
Viz,
Yes.
would my shields are recharged? I do have full cover.
You do have full cover. They would.
I believe that's 5 with my shields. Let me just check that. Yep, it's 5 shields. Cool. I have more shields than hit points.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh.
All right. So as you lay a bunch of bullets into this Arachni with the ship, it lets out a big spray of. You remember that slimy, acidic, green webbing in that other room? It spits out a shitload of that onto the ground. Each circle represents the webby, slimy goop. I'm going to let you know that this ground is not considered difficult terrain, but it does 1d4 acid damage and is flammable. Burning the substance does 1d10 fire damage to all creatures and the inside, and the creatures burn for 1d6 damage for 3 rounds.
Huh.
So standing in it hurts. Yes, Stefan, I'm aware you float. You're following the rules everyone else would have to follow. So
That's fair.
it will hurt you.
What if I like hold all my tentacles up so they're away from the ground and I keep floating?
I'm imagining.
Again, you're gonna have to follow the same rules as everyone else. It's gonna hurt.
I'm imagining.
That's fair.
I'm imagining since this is webbing, it's sort of like floor to ceiling pillars of the stuff. So you're walking around pillars, and
This is bad spot. Bad spot
I mean, there is a pathway
for
through.
both of us. I could, in theory, just like yoink Tanek with pull.
No, I'm inside the ship. You can't see me, unfortunately.
If you get out, though.
Citus.
Wolf Venom said Sai reaches into a pouch and pulls out a marble, aims and uses one of his 2 slots to catapult it at the big guy.
All right.
It has disadvantage, so that's the 8.
She fails. All right.
Wolf
And
Venom said, and that is all I can do from here.
Does this detonate? Does catapult detonate?
It doesn't
Wolf Venom said
say.
no.
Okay. Oh, Lord help me. Okay, give me a moment.
Oh no.
Oh, it's the little guys.
Better hope that ship holds. Oh no, wait, no. Oh no. This.
To be fair, going there is actually good. If they had gone through there, that would be much worse for you.
That's true.
I'm imagining they're probably going to split into a couple of groups going different ways, trying to isolate you. The Rachni Swarmer dance quartet moves in unison.
Awful.
Oh, that's awful.
Don't worry, it's not meant to be a cone. It was meant to be a line. I just had the cone up.
That's the range is what concerns me.
Wolf Venom said, I think everyone should jump into space. I saw something.
Did you see something shiny?
All right, and that's the end of them. Mace.
Wolf Venom said, if certain death is shiny, yes.
I'd imagine it is.
I think
Yeah.
Wolf has spotted the thing that most of you missed.
Oh, there's something bigger coming.
I also see it.
Oh,
Oh no.
I am not leaving the ship.
Unless if you could get the ship started, I think you might have to.
I think he's going to try and get the ship started, because that's pretty much his only option, I suspect.
Imagine if it works.
I don't think it's going to work, but there might be enough for a sudden burst, and that might be enough to punch it out the front of the ship, out of the front of the big ship. But
Would
I can't do anything without screwing over Zephyr, because if I try to, I can hit it with my gun from this range, and if I try to incinerate it, then it will detonate, and that will also hit
what about
Zephyr.
these guys?
Oh, that's
you
true.
could get the one of green areas flaming, and that might make it more difficult for them to get to me.
Also, if you set one of them on fire and it walks into that area, it should set it on fire as well.
That's usually how fire works. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to try and incinerate that. That one.
All right. It is now on fire.
I don't suppose the fire spreads to this one, does it? They're almost touching.
We'll come across that when it's the big one's turn, yeah?
Oh no.
Doesn't it have to be the big one's turn? I think the big one could use a break, honestly. It's been through a lot.
Yeah, it's been through a lot of our health.
Is that all you got? All you got, Mace?
For now. Yeah.
All right, big boy.
I'm getting
What
a
are you gonna
visitor,
do?
aren't I?
Possibly.
At least it will knock.
Maybe. Maybe that's what it will do. Maybe we'll get lucky. It will climb on top of the ship and try and ride it out the front like a Doctor Strangelove scene.
So, Tanak, you're on the floor because you just elbow dropped onto this button, and you start hearing a sizzling behind you. Zephin.
Hi. Uh, is one of the creatures like on top of the ship, or is it just by the door? The one that's trying
They're
to
by
break
the
in.
door. Nothing's on top of the ship.
Okay. That might be in range. Might be able to help out a bit.
Don't worry about it. Focus on yourself.
Okay. Okay. I am going to lance one of those guys by the door.
Which one? There are 3 that are presently up.
Hold on, let me select. Well, actually, I don't want to leave Tanek behind is the thing.
I highly suggest against this. You probably should disengage and get away from that thing before it grapples you again.
All right, yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll disengage and move away. Is that allowed?
Yes, that eats your action because you're not an infiltrator. You can move more than that if you wish.
And just doing measurements. Hold on. My mouse wheel sucks.
You could get out to there. Or there, even.
That's not why I'm checking. Okay, yeah. And then, yeah, I think that's my turn for now.
Tanik.
First, I'm going to slap the button again, see if I can get another shot out of this. Well, actually, no. First, I use half my movement to stand up. Then I slap the button again to see if I can get another shot out of this.
Just making sure that Zephin's not in the target range.
Yep. Tanik doesn't care. He's just slapping a button. If he hits Zephin, that's just bonus for him.
Rude.
That was a disappointing shot. Okay, you ready for me to continue?
All right.
Right.
Yes.
Tanik can hear the sizzling coming, so he knows they're trying to eat their way into the ship after him. Okay. Does the helm look dead?
Of the ship?
Yeah.
You know from earlier that this thing's not going to fly.
It's not going to fly, but does it have maneuvering thrusters? Those use
What are you
hypergolic...
thinking of doing?
Maneuvering thrusters use hypergolic fuel, which doesn't need a secondary oxidizer to actuate it, nor does it use hydrogen fuel, which will burn away. I don't know what the lifespan of it is. I'm sure it's not 1,000 years, but you might get lucky. What I'm thinking of doing is trying to thrust the ship on its shitty little thrusters. So it's not going to be able to actually fly, but it might scrape along the floor a bit further forwards. Hell, might even be able to push it all the way out the ship, but it's not going to fly.
I believe we've discussed this last time. The type of fuel that this ship uses is basically sludge at this point, and the ship can't utilize it. Because you tried using the thrusters to burn Arachni last time, and no.
How much power is left in the ship? Did you get that?
Still thinking?
Okay.
I just heard you say Tanak, and then it stopped.
No, I didn't say Tanik. I said, how much power is left in the ship?
Oh, I did not hear that fucking question at all.
Okay. Good to know.
I'm going to tell you what my idea was here. I was going to roll a D100, and I was going to half it, and that's how much power was left.
So that's a 1.5.
This thing is practically dead. It's got 1.5. I am so sorry that the die did not roll out in your favor.
It's a Krogan vessel. I'm going to hit the self-destruct and charge for this door, because I don't know if these guys are here yet. So I've used half my movement, so that is 5, 10, 15. I've already used my action and my interaction. I can't actually open the door yet. Can I have set the self-destruct on it? Which is just for the shuttle, not for the whole ship.
Give me a second.
I mean, if it's got no fuel on board, it's probably not going to be that big of an explosion. It will just be the scuttling charges, so it's not going to do much, but it'll fuck a couple of them up if they're still on the hull. Then my character's going to open the door, see
Worst
that, and
comes
just...
to worst.
My internet connection is shitting the bed again. You were saying?
I was saying, worst comes to worst, if you start running towards Zephyr, you're already within range of pull, so I can at least drag you like another 10 feet if I have to.
If we maybe save that for when I'm inside of the range of its attacks, because then I'm not... I'm fucked. There's no way I'm getting out of this.
If you do a dash action, you might get away.
So, to let you know, it's going to take 2 rounds for this thing to actually fully self-destruct.
Yep.
And based on the amount of power and the amount of fuel, it is more like you're going to be making a wall of fire.
Better than nothing.
Also, in good news, you are no longer primed for necrotic.
Oh, also, I've had full cover, so I've regained my shield.
Yes, and also, someone should be rolling wisdom saves at the end of each of their turns to not be scared of the big thing anymore.
Oh, yeah, that would be me. I've got to do...
That would be you, pal.
I've got 2 to do, then. Fail, I'm guessing?
That's a pass.
Oh, then I only needed to do the 1. Well, that's the end of my turn. I'm not yet able to open that door, so...
Okay.
Hey, Como, good to see you.
Considering that you've just laid a shitload of bullets into this Vrachni, it is currently registered that the ship is the threat now and not Zephyr.
Yep.
So it's going to attack the ship that you're in.
Yep. I'm imagining this is a dex save as it batters this thing about.
You're going to have to roll 2 because it's going to make 2 attacks. Yeah.
Okay. Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Is it still poisoned?
Prone you go, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not getting off this ship.
Is the creature still poisoned?
Yes, it is still poisoned, but the ship isn't moving.
Yeah, it's a great big target. It's not going to miss it.
I was going to ask this if the ship has AC or not. Yeah.
It has the AC of a door, I would imagine, which would be 8, if I remember rightly.
Ask Gallus.
It passed. You still failed the first dex save. So you're still on your butt.
Yep.
And the ship has taken 20 damage. These guys.
Oh man, if I was smart, I would have put tape down on the button so it just keeps firing the gun every turn. Ah, I should have thought that.
Do you have tape though?
Nah, you would have just used chewing gum or something.
Taken off a boot and just stuck it on the button.
Sure.
The question is, if it is the button like a trigger or a toggle, because there's a difference.
It's Krogan. They would want to push the button and hold it down.
Okay, so it's a toggle.
Now imagining a Krogan keyboard just consists of a whole bunch of gun handles. So you have to pull triggers to press the letters.
custom Krogan sound effects for typing. It's each one is just a fucking gunshot.
Oh wait, no.
Okay.
Their keyboard is literally a series of buttons on the wall that you shoot to type.
Tanek, the sizzling noise has gotten louder behind you. When you glance back, there's a small hole, and you see one of the arachni try to. They have like these tendrils with
Yeah.
spikes, so it tries to stick a spike through to pry it open, but it tings off the side. It misses. Sidus.
Wolf Venom said, so this is my second round, meaning Prolus should appear in 2 more. Because I think he was going to take 4.
That is correct.
Wolf Venom said, I just use my pistol, at disadvantage due to distance, and shoot at the big guy using both my action and bonus action.
Okay. Miss, I'm afraid. Miss.
Wolf Venom said next.
Have a lovely conversation amongst yourselves, gentlemen. I have a swarm of enemies I need to move.
Don't forget, I haven't opened my door on this side yet, so they just see the ship.
No, I'm aware you haven't.
I know, I'm just checking. Ooh, do any of them walk into the fire? Oh, also, Viz, on the big guy's turn, did the fire spread?
Yes.
I'm imagining the environmental systems are probably overloaded by all this fire at this point. The atmosphere might actually become toxic soon. No, as Cabo points
It's
out.
fine as
As
it's...
Cabo points out. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
As Cabo points out, it would probably be a touch screen for the controls, and I hate the fact that you're right. Except Mass Effect, they're not even touch screens, they're touch hovering multi-layered things. Holograms. Touch holograms.
Tanek, before you even get the opportunity to activate the door, you hear click, 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 and a bunch of sizzling, and the door melts away as a bunch of these little guys are spitting at it to melt it.
Shit.
Mace.
Not much I can do from to save. Well, I'm just going to try to use incinerate on the big guy. That hits.
Yes. And please roll 1d6 for me. It is presently on fire.
Nice. And I am my turn.
All right. Well, the big boy. That's definitely a hit.
So well.
I'm really tempted to try out the Hanar hypnosis thing that you mentioned earlier.
If you stay on the ship,
Tanek,
you're
the
going to die.
sizzling from behind you has grown louder, and a red light floods in from behind you. The door is now large enough for the not the big Rachni, but the medium Rachni to get through.
Yeah.
Zephyr.
I like how we have like the big Rachni, the medium Rachni, the itty bitty Rachni, and then the big Rachni.
The queen is bigger.
I don't think we're gonna see the queen, honestly.
Probably not.
Okay.
Wolf Venom said, "Is there an emergency hatch in the ceiling of the shuttle?"
That wouldn't help.
If you could climb up there, I could pull you from there. So it actually might help.
Have inspiration, because I hadn't considered it. Evens it does, odds it does not. It does.
It does.
Wolf Venom said, "Was that me?"
Yes, you get inspiration.
Wolf Venom said, "Then I give it to Vi since I already have it and he might need it."
Valid.
V, have some delicious inspiration.
I am inspired.
You should write a song.
Not sure I get as far as the second verse.
At least it might be a catchy first verse.
When fighting rat.
Hold on, I'm checking the range of all my stuff. God, I wish Phase Disruptor didn't cost barrier
Wolf
ticks.
Venom said, "Hold your action to pull Tanik once he is out."
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hold onto pull until Tannic gets like out towards the front of the ship, and then just fucking yoink him.
Are you telling me this?
I guess he'd like text it over to Tannic on the Omni tool or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, you're texting it.
I don't know how people communicate on an Omni tool, man. I have never played Mass Effect.
Wolf Venom said you say it over comms.
Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just gonna kind of want to book it. I'd say even take a dash action because I can only yoink you 10 feet basically.
10 feet. That is not...
It is better than nothing.
No, it isn't, because that puts me right next to this thing. And then I'll get
That's why I'm
swarmed.
saying take a dash action and get as far as you can.
That won't get me anywhere.
That's why I'm saying take a dash action and get as far as you can by like running down the ship and trying to get
Okay,
past it.
let me explain. I have 15 foot of movement, because I have to get up from prone, which gets me to here.
Ah,
I have to climb up, so I already have to dash to get to where you need me to be in order to tug me 10 feet. I'm better off running for the back of the ship.
all right. Next then.
Do you want to do something else instead?
There was literally nothing else I could do, man.
You could get off the ship. Because otherwise these guns are going to swarm you.
All right, fine. I'll get off the ship.
How far would you like to go? Because there is a wall there that you guys can't actually move through, and I'd have to move you.
Just put me with the others, I guess.
They're good?
Yeah.
All right. Is that the end of your move?
All I could do.
Tanak.
Wolf Venom said oh hello, fancy a spot of tea and crumpets.
This one cannot consume crumpets.
If they're blended, you could, but it ruins the texture. Right. Viz, this structure on the outside of the ship, could I grapple onto it and run across it? I'm guessing this would be an acrobatics check. What I'm trying to avoid doing is getting on the floor so I'll be within melee range of these guys.
Do you have something that could grapple?
No, I mean like jump onto it and climb along the outer hull, basically along this gun or whatever this is here on the side. So
Do you have the movement to make that jump?
If I dash, yes.
Considering you are asking for a jump and a climb in one functional action, I'm going to have you roll acrobatics.
That is absolutely fine. That was what I was expecting. So I stand up using half my first bit of movement. I'm going to make an acrobatics check to try and jump and run across this area with a 17. So that was 15, 20, 25, 30. That's my first movement. I am then going to dash, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And yeah, Tanik is booking it down the back of the ship. He's probably not going to make it, but if I can dash on my next turn, I should be able to do it.
At the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Wolf Venom said jump in the room next to you and close the door.
Can't close that door. That's the one with the hydraulics that are fixed open.
Okay. The fire spread.
Does the ship explode into fire?
It's going to explode the same turn that Prolus arrives because of how the dice rolled out.
Fair.
Polis is gonna see this all this go down and just be, what the fuck is going on?
The ship has stopped acting, so that's no longer a threat. All right. This thing can make an attack and hit you with it. I am going to roll a d4. 1 it's Citus, 2 it's Mace, 3 it's Zephyr, 4 I re-roll, and we'll figure out who's going to get the hit.
D6 halved.
Citus. It's going to be a warp attack. Nope, that's not going to hit. You are A-okay. This guy.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be a cone. Sorry, I still had the cone up from the ship.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Tanak, you're getting 2 attacks from the medium ones.
Okay.
Do 17 hit?
Let me just check. Wait, that's the wrong screen. No, not with my shield.
Not with your shield. What
Yeah.
shield?
The riot shield he carries.
Ah. Well, these two things get really fucking close to hitting you. Citus. Once it comes back to Citus, Prolus will arrive.
Oh boy.
Wolf Venom said, can I use my action to throw Zephyr at the big guy?
Please do not throw this one.
I mean, that technically is allowed, but why?
I will tell you right now, if you try to do that, he will wrap all the tentacles around your arm and fill you with oh so many poisons and microplastics.
Why microplastics?
Microplastics.
They're the most deadly poison of all.
But you don't have microplastic in you.
Wolf
That's what
Venom
you
said, I
think.
was joking. I will shoot at it as it is now in range.
It's true, it is in range.
Oh yeah, I could shoot at it too.
No hit.
Might I suggest setting fire to that
Hit.
thing it's standing in? That's more for Mace.
Okay.
Wolf is timing.
Wolf Venom said, I was about to say I don't have that ability. Also, I am done.
To little guys.
All right, little guys, what can you do?
Their range is 20, isn't it? I'm about to get spit to death.
And not in the sexy way.
The screen has gone... Ah, it's back.
I really don't like the little guys.
If any of us had had area effects, that would have been nice, but unfortunately we've already gone through everything.
I mean, to be fair, I thought Reeve was an area of effect, but no, it just has a path that's an area of effect. Although, God, oh my, I wish that phase disruptor did not cost barrier ticks.
I've been fucking saying instructions this entire fucking time. Jesus fucking Christ, I wasn't even hitting the button. God damn, I hate push to talk. Right. So what I was saying is that 4 of those little guys can hit Mace or Citus. Evens its Citus, odds its Mace. So Citus, I'm going to need 1 dexterity saving throw. Mace, I'm going to need 3. You pass. Don't worry about it. Mace, you failed 2. You take 4 acid damage. This does hit your shields, though. Oh, wait. Targets within 2 targets within 30 feet. If both targets. Okay. Never mind. I'm not going to worry about that. And now the other 2 can hit all 3 of you, so it's going to be the same thing as before. 1 at Citus, 2 at Mace, 3 at Zephyr, 4 I re-roll. Mace, I need 1 more dex. Zephyr, I need a dex. Mace passed. You 2 passed, so you don't have to worry.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
We're rooting for you.
Reference, I only need to get hit by these guys 4 times, I think, and I'm... No, 6 times, I think, and I'd be down.
Right, now I have the other half of the swarm to move.
Yeah. Or for suggesting we throw him at the little ones, which that's an option.
No, you throw me at the little ones. I use heavy armor, so I'm better at it. More heavier.
There's how many attacks coming my way?
Don't worry about it.
10? It's either going to be 10 or 14. Viz, if you are trying to say anything, you are silent.
I'm not speaking. I am presently still moving things.
That is fair. Just making
There's
sure.
a lot of them. Give me a moment.
There are a lot of them. This is fair. With this many enemies, I would have just made them one-hit wonders, so they only take one hit to die. Or hell, just made them into a swarm.
Yeah, those can hit you.
So 14 attacks, I believe.
Tanak, I'm sorry. I'm going to need a 14 dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy. Pass.
That is a lot.
Pass. That's a fail,
Fail.
so give me a second. I will keep track of how many I fail. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 fails, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
5. Not that one. 14, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ah, boy. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 failed by my estimation if it's DC 13.
That's correct.
Right. I don't think I can survive this, no matter what I do. I'm gonna burn an inspiration.
These hit shields first.
No, that's not gonna help. I'm gonna burn an inspiration
Maybe they all rolled a 1.
They could, and in which case I will have 1 hit point left. I'm gonna roll one more time by burning an inspiration. And so you only hit me 8 times. So I might survive. No. No, not even close.
Mace,
Yes.
it's your turn.
I'm going to overload the little guys.
Okay.
Do you have anything with fire? Because some of them are standing in fire area, aren't they? Oh, wait, no, the big guy's standing in fire area.
No, actually, that's a good point. Use fire on the big guy. Never mind. Roll that back.
Okay. That
And
meets.
fail. The hit.
Yes.
Okay, they're going to at level 2 and burn the.
One moment.
That was my last stack point.
Roll me another d6 because there's a detonation because it's an incinerate. It primes and detonates.
And the fact he's standing on fire. Poison, I mean. Flammable poison.
Yes, I've already calculated the damage for that. Okay. All right. Damage has been calculated.
I end my turn.
It is bloody now.
Yeah, but Tenek is dead and we are leaving. We are not going to be able to kill it.
Yeah, it could fucking hit from there, can it?
It is shooting through the fire. Would that give it any disadvantage? Like the heat haze might throw off its aim.
Let me double check something really quick. God damn, the range on that is so fucking long.
If this is based on what I think it's based on, it is an artillery unit.
What do you think it's based on?
It's the thing the Reapers co-opted into the Rachni monsters you get in Mass Effect 3.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Though you do bring up a good point. The heat haze would probably make that harder to hit. So, same deal as before, because it could technically hit all three of you. We're doing the D4. Mace, it's going for you. You're lucky there's disadvantage on that.
Yeah,
It
two
missed.
doesn't hit.
It attempted to use warp, and its biotics flung past you into space.
It hit Prolus.
No. Prolus is too good of a pilot for that.
It would be really funny though.
No, it'd be so bad for you guys.
It would be really bad, but also really funny.
Zephin, your turn.
Gonna beam the big one, the really big one. Let me just.
No.
Are you kidding?
But you have
This game-
inspiration now.
This game is mean to me.
Which one of us has a dead character?
To be fair, I'm only alive because you saved me.
Is that the end of your turn,
Wolf
Zephin?
Venom said V might need it from you in a minute for
Unless
his
if I
death
could shoot my
saves.
gun in the same term, yeah.
Oh, it's true. I do have death saves. Oh, this is going to go badly.
Imagine if you just keep passing your death save over and over again until you just, like, crawl your way out.
Would you like me to do a death save, Viz?
Corporate mandates it, I'm afraid. Tanik really wants to live.
So Tanik is prone with one hit point and a swarm coming towards him. The game just wants him to die in
Hold on, I
more
have
and more
a
horrible
perfect image.
ways.
Hold on, there's like the perfect image for this. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Do you roll nat 20s as automatically passing? Because I've always was told that if it's a 20, it counts as 2 successes. If it's a 1, it counts as 2 fails.
Oh, no, the way I've had it is, the one I've always used is a 1, that's 2 fails. That's really bad. A nat 20 is you get 1 hit point back. So you are back, but you got 1 hit point. Good luck. So up to you. Do you want it to be he's got 2 passes, or did he just get back up with 1 hit point?
Wolf Venom said the rule according to 5e is an at 20 is an auto success and you are on 1 HP.
That I was not aware. Okay. So you are on 1 HP. I've always played where nat 20s were 2 passes.
Okay.
So you have 1 HP.
The best bit is I'd make that roll at the end of my turn, so I'm literally just down on the floor with 1 hit point as a swarm comes over him. It sucks for Tanik.
You can do it! You can do it! You can get away! I believe in you!
It's going to be really funny if he keeps getting a fucking That 20 every time he has to make a death save. They keep killing him and he just gets back up. Ah!
Does anyone have Medigel that we could just like beam him with from afar? Like just yeet it at him?
No,
I don't think so.
I'm just picturing like, you know how in Baldur's Gate you could throw a potion at someone to heal them? We just do that at Tannic until he gets back.
Don't think that's gonna work. I don't think you can throw that far.
No.
I mean, maybe.
I'm just imagining Tannic is going to end up needing so many cybernetics after this experience.
Cybermen treatment.
Your turn, Viz. Oh, you're standing in fire, Viz.
Oh. Hold on. Wolf has brought something to my attention. If your character rolls a nat 20 on a death saving throw, they regain 1 hit point, which removes the unconscious condition. Seeing as you start your turn by making the death save, this means you'll pop back up with your action, bonus action, and movement at your disposal.
I was always under the impression that it was at the end of your turn. However, if you are happy with that, I will take my turn then.
Them's the rules.
I will use half my movement to get back up. So I've got 15 foot of movement. 5, 10, 15. Dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's gonna be in that square there. He's literally just about staggered out the back of the ship. Ah!
Is he actually gonna make it? Is he actually gonna do it?
We have 2 enemies that might stop him.
Yeah.
Be stealthy, man. Go with the wind.
There is no stealth at this point. He is just staggering his way down the end of it. Half his face is melted off at this point. He's just not doing good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's going through like the Terminator thing right now, where he's like a fucking metal skeleton.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right.
If he actually survives this, Viz, can we arrange to have him completely just not fully like cybernetic, but a lot of cybernetics are required, and he's going to be so fucking jammy about it.
We will talk about that in character
Yes.
if he happens to survive this.
I don't think he is gonna. He's got 1 hit point.
I mean, he could pass his next death save.
He could. He won't, but he could.
He could just keep doing this.
Oh my fucking god.
Is
All
it-
right, the big one can hit with warp. Same deal with the D4. It's going for Citus.
Can you guys move?
No, it's not.
It hits itself.
No, that's not how that works, I'm afraid.
It warps itself into space and dies.
Can you guys move at all? Like, you're firing guns and stuff. You should be being propelled.
Yes, however, the edge of the map is finite. Therefore,
True.
I refuse to move people because I don't have more map.
Fair, but they are getting more distant, so it's going to be harder to hit them.
It still missed anyway.
I imagine everyone's just sort of watching Tannic like crawl his way to freedom.
I don't think you
from
can actually.
afar.
I don't think you actually see him at the moment because he's behind the wreck of the shuttle. The best bit is literally none of you guys saw Tannic's heroic bullshit, so nobody will believe him.
Zephyr will believe him.
No, you won't. You fucking hate him.
No, he actually does not despise him anymore after this.
V, we're doing 1 attack at a time. We're doing it slow.
Okay.
You ready?
Am I making saves or are you trying to hit?
This is AC.
Roll to hit, please.
16.
With my shield, no.
That's a no hit.
No. Neither hit.
Ah! He is literally
He's
just
still
going.
alive, boys.
He's going through the barrier at the back of the ship, and these things impact the barrier either side of him. He's just glances back at them and like, "Fuck you!"
He's still alive, boys. He's still kicking.
He's still alive in a
So-
spacesuit that's been partially dissolved. This is a bad idea.
Do not go gentle into that good night, Tanek.
So, Prolus has arrived. You three are officially now safe. I'm going to move you to the corner of the map.
Oh,
What do we do about Tanek?
gotta go around the other
You
side.
guys
of
live in the
ship.
safety square?
Yeah, I'm grabbing the popcorn.
Oh, this is going
Well,
so...
here's how that goes. You guys get into the shuttle, and Prolus asks, "Where's Tanak?" Does anyone know?
He's still inside, I
Wolf
think.
Venom said Tanik who.
Zephyr saw him leaving. He was able to get a glimpse of it.
Viz, wouldn't you have trackers in their armor?
That's true. I'm pretty sure they have trackers.
You think Prolus is the one who has access to those?
That's valid. He could call on
He's still-
comms.
Is Tanak cognizant enough to actually answer? Or is it just gurgly blood noises?
Hold on, let me just check in the right voice.
He's fine.
He's fine.
To be fair, those aren't noises that Tanek hasn't made before. He kind of groans and grumbles about everything that he doesn't like.
This definitely sounded more
Wolf
gargled
Venom
than
said,
groan.
can I make a medical check to determine if he sounds fine?
Actually, yeah, can I do that too as a biologist?
You're welcome to. I would say that you would be helping Citus.
I will help Citus.
Citus, go ahead and roll.
Nah, one. 20!
Not
Yeah.
20!
Well, Citus, he's as good as you think he is, which is up to your interpretation, Wolf.
He is alive.
You can hear that there is a gurgle in his voice that only comes from his trachea being perforated.
Can you move to the upper floor? We can pick you up over there.
I don't think Tanek can climb stairs at this point, honestly.
Wolf Venom said sounds like a lot of bruising, probably internal bleeding, and his lungs don't sound great.
They never
Right.
they never sounded that great to begin with.
All right. Prolus is going to ask one more question, and we'll see if Tanak has enough to tell him where he is.
Okay.
Tanak, where are you?
Do you want me to do a constitution saving throw?
Yeah. You got enough air in you.
Shit!
I didn't understand that first part, if I'm going to be honest. I heard ship.
It was rear.
Rear.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
a really breathy rear.
How this is going to work. Because Prolus actually knows Tanak's location, I'm going to roll a d4. We're going to have half the number, minimum 1. It's going to take Prolus 1 round to get to Tanak, starting from Citus's turn. Because he has to bring the entire shuttle around.
Yeah.
I cannot believe Tanek actually survived this so far.
I mean, there's still others that could shoot at him. He isn't actually completely off the ship. He's just in this square here.
I can't even find where here is.
Basically, he is right at the rear Mass Effect barrier. He is literally halfway through it at this present time. So,
He just needs a good kick in the ass to get sent flying out.
I mean, he's got the momentum. He was running as he left the back of the ship. Well, staggering with speed.
Power limping.
Power limping, yes! Viz is bringing her little guys after me. Sorry, his little guys after me. My apologies. Sorry.
Honestly, it
swarm.
fucking barely registered at all because I get
Yeah.
misgendered all the time.
I
Anyway.
know, but I'd still like to correct. My apologies.
The swarm approaches.
I do need to get better at it. But yeah, the swarm is approaching. Oh no.
Viz, when you are done moving all the little guys, could you maybe focus ping me, please? Because I cannot find where Tanik is, and I want to see what this is going on.
I don't think you can see it at the moment without vision.
Ah, my bad.
At that point, I would recommend that you go to the stream and watch, because V is looking at his own character. I promise you that.
Yep, I can see the suffering.
I'm not gonna move the little ones at the fucking front of the ship at this point. It would take them so goddamn long.
It would, that's fair.
It would be funny, though.
It would be funny, but it will take a long time. How far can they fire?
You are such a lucky little shit, you know that? They can't reach you from there.
Nope. They could, I hate to say this, they could use their action to dash.
But then what?
It
Their
would
little
get
legs are too tired.
it would get them close enough that they might be able to make an attack on the next turn, but they don't know that there is going to be no next turn, so they might choose to dash forwards.
Their little legs are too tired from gnawing at your flesh.
They've been
You
spitting
can
at
fucking
me.
hit that. You can fucking hit that. I hate this.
Is that the
Oh no.
medium-sized guy is going to shoot at me now?
The medium large one's gonna fucking get at you now, yeah.
It's 18 to hit, to be fair, so it's got...
He's got a chance!
He's got a chance. Not a great one, but he's got a chance. I believe in you, Tanik.
I believe in a thing called Tanik. Just listen to the rhythm of his cybernetic heart.
It fucking failed.
Oh my god.
Damn.
The gods smile upon Tanik this day.
Janek, go be free!
Tanek is going to charge. In fact, you know what? He's going to charge forward out of the back of the ship. He's going to turn around in space and just flip them all off as he realizes his suit starts leaking air instantly, and he's like, "Fuck!"
Will is having a horrible time.
Would you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Certainly. Just let me
This is
flip
what it
around.
matters.
Because you're leaking air.
Hold on. I'll
This
put
is
him. I'll put him this far back because that's his momentum from
I
kicking
just
himself.
had to move him to get him past the barrier because
Yeah.
there is a wall there that you can't actually pass.
That is absolutely fair.
This is where-
Constitution check 11.
Bud, I think you pass out.
That is.
You're not dead, but you pass out.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Air pressure drop. He's suddenly just like, oh, ah.
To be fair, it's not like there was that much pressure in his lungs left.
And then Prolus comes across him, just sort of floating in space, leaking air and blood and gore. And...
Oh look, space debris.
Basically.
Oh my god. Okay.
So Tanik gets his dream of having multiple parts replaced.
I'm imagining Zephyr uses his pole ability to just sort of like tractor beam Tanik into the ship.
If you can hit from there, I swear to fucking God.
Tanik gets sniped.
You can't. Oh, thank God.
Oh, also, the ship bursts into flame, don't forget.
Yes, it is a wall of fire now.
Imagine if, like, we were just about to pick up Tanik, he was floating in front of the ship, and we just see one last bullet of acid hit him.
You might. You just might, because we
Oh,
still
no.
have 2 more attacks. that are coming Tanek's way, because I know these guys can fucking hit.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna knock on wood. Hold on.
Dance into the fire. That acid spit. It's gonna suck.
I'm really hoping they miss.
All right, attack number 1. That's a 15. That's no hit.
Nope.
Attack number 2. That's a 19.
That does hit.
What about your shields?
He has no shields.
That gets him up to
Oh.
18, his riot shield, and that's not enough. Plus, he's unconscious. There's
Well-
nothing he can do.
Well, you're on your death saves again.
Yep. I think he's being picked
But
up
what?
before he gets around to the death save, so...
Yeah, so we could resuscitate you basically.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Well, also that depends. If this ends up doing double his HP, he might just be fucking dead.
Well, it's his max HP, so it's got to be 52 damage would kill.
Okay, no. The shuttle comes around, and Tanek is picked up by Prolus. Barely alive, unconscious. He's
Right.
bleeding like a motherfucker because he's a Solarian.
Would you like me to do a death
Wolf
save?
Venom said, I know we are headed back to the ship, but Sai will still use his last power to cast first aid on our Salarian so he doesn't die on the way back.
Would you like one death save before he does?
Of course, go for it.
You were never not 20.
Nope.
He had
That's a
one
fail.
failure. Ah!
That's
Tanek life is suffering.
What were you
that's our
saying?
Mapco wheels you have.
At this point, Prolus takes the shuttle back to the secretary. Because it does not look like you guys are going to be able to go back in there. Not like this.
Yeah.
We need hospital.
Turn
Hospital.
order is over. All right, party people, do what you do best.
Definitely
need
is gonna
help,
let
Paul?
Tanek go to a hospital first because he needs
Wouldn't
it the
Tanek
most.
still be unconscious? He succeeded the death save, but he's unconscious from oxygen issues.
He got medigelled.
Metagel doesn't stop choking.
Oh, all right.
I think
So
I have
someone's
the-
got to help him out of the shuttle.
Zephyr will attempt to.
no one here has great strength, so let's just you grab the feet, I'll grab the arms.
See, the idea I had was Zephyr wraps like 2 tentacles around each limb and just hovers into the area.
I'm just imagining him saying, "He's not heavy. He's my brother."
Just Zephyr fucking. You know how it's like they have to airlift people and stuff like that? Zephyr just does that to Tanek.
While making helicopter
Wolf
noises.
Venom said, hey Doc, I need your help with Tanek. And Sai will explain what is going on, Doctor style.
He done fucked up.
As Citus is explaining this, and Mace and Zephyr are getting Tanek out of the shuttle, Ezel's face kind of twists up like, oh no. I think the best we're going to be able to do is stabilize until we can get somewhere. I don't have the medical equipment to just fix melted body parts at this point.
To be fair, Zephyr's not doing that great either. He could also use a little bit of medical treatment.
I think everybody can, apart from Mace. How are you holding up?
My health is almost up, entirely up.
Oh boy.
Citus is also
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's
Of
just
course.
Choo-Choo that almost died.
Of course, it's the 2 glass cannons.
Okay, are you guys going to move him
Wolf
towards...
Venom said I feel fine. If you want help looking after the others. I am a doctor.
The extra hands surely would be appreciated at this point. Ezel is going to move and gesture to place Tanek on that bed.
You do so carefully.
Wolf Venom said give Sai something to do, because someone wants out again.
Service nurse?
All right.
Try not to
So,
drop Tanek on the bed.
I mean, the
That
bed's
would be
probably
bad.
soft enough you can. It's
Cast
not going to
slam
take
on
away
Tanek.
6 hit points.
I'm gonna cast slam on Tanek while he's lifted.
Not the same kind of lifted, I'm afraid.
Tanek leaks.
So, Ezel is going to shoo out Mace and Zephin for now.
Zephyr could
And
do with
Ezel
medical
will
attention
tell Zephyr-
himself.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say he's literally like flopped over sideways on that bed. He is not having a good time.
He could maybe assign Citus to tend to Zephyr while working on Tanek.
That would make sense. At least until he'll do that once he knows that Tanek is in a stable position.
Valid.
Well, fuck. Aren't you Mr. Efficient?
Oh, he is Solarian.
Ezel's got this, and I'm going to say that Citus is going to go take care of Zephin in Zephin's room. To your room, buddy.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Plus, it's
No, we don't.
Plus, it's a wonderful opportunity to test out stuff that will be used on a certain other person later on.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, Zephin is like laid down sideways on his bed, tentacles going over the edge. With like his tentacles are slightly shorter than they were at the start of this, and he has like a tiny bits of him missing as he got nibbled on. Since you know he's squishy.
You know, in my mind, I know he doesn't have a mouth and he doesn't breathe this way, but you know what it looks like when you like toss a fish onto land and they stop thrashing and they're just laying there on their side going like burp, burp, trying to suck in air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I mean, physically he's not doing that. Spiritually, he is.
Where's Mace gone?
Mace
Oh.
is fine and she's gone to like the little living room area.
Just go
To
chill out.
which I am going to call break time because
Yeah.
we are at halftime. Someone also has to be taken away for a walk.
Yep.
So
Folks, we're going to
now's
disappear
the perfect
for,
time.
should we say 10 minutes, everybody?
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Fair enough.
We'll
We
be
need
gone.
to take notes for a walk.
We'll be gone for about 10 minutes. When we come back, we will resume. But for now, I will leave you with some music. There you go. See you in a few minutes. Sorry I'm late, folks. I overran there making tea. Sorry I'm late, folks. I overran making tea.
You're good.
Don't worry about it.
Right. Where were we?
Did you burn your tea accidentally?
Burn?
Yeah, you could burn tea leaves if they get boiled for too long, or steeped, rather.
No?
Oh, that's good.
Right. Where were we? I know we're waiting on Wolf to get back, I imagine.
Yeah.
We-
However,
were-
Sai is also taking care of
True.
Zephin, so that's fine.
Our beloved jellyfish. Can Hanar get bruises?
I would imagine so.
They might not be visible to
Well-
other people, but what if you had bruises which are patches that won't glow until they heal?
I like that idea a lot.
Oh, so when Hanar have bruises,
Speech
they have
impediment.
slurred speech.
Yep.
I like that.
So a gruff, scarred Hanar voice is just their lights have got lines going through them, flickery and stuff. So in other words, you've got an excuse to have a slightly more grizzled voice. You
This
Portent.
one challenges you to fuck around and find out. The opportunity was there. I had to.
Yep.
All right. So are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
As we can be, at least.
Until Wolf is ready to rejoin us, at least.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, Mace, you hear the elevator working behind you before Mal comes out and just asks very bluntly, "What happened?"
What happened was we're not ready for it. The ship was full of Brackneye.
That I understand. What happened? As in, why are you back with nothing?
They're not back with nothing. Zephin has Rachni samples.
Mal doesn't know. That.
Well, not nothing. We took samples.
So I'll remind you of the binary helix thing.
Also, we found some information. We aren't the first there.
Her mandibles quiver inquisitively.
Human group, binary helix, I think.
I see. Were you
If the
able to
ship-
discern the reason they were there?
I believe the same reason we are, to take anything valuable.
We did specifically find that they had gone to where the eggs were, and that there was one special egg that was way larger than the others that had been removed. And the scent pheromone trail led off the ship.
We found evidence that they took a larger egg. Maybe the queen's egg. I don't know.
Very well. And before I go back there, how bad is the damage?
Connects a death door. Zephyr also almost died. I'm unarmed and, well, Science unarmed as well. But that's about it. The ship is crawling with them. Used brush tactics to get us.
Right.
You aren't ready for that.
I understand. I'm going to assess the situation and compile a report. Relax for now. I'm not going to send you back there, at least not without proper equipment this time. Zephin, you hear your door open, and Mal is in the doorway while Citus is working on you.
The little nub he has for a head / face slightly turns towards her, but he doesn't say anything.
How are you holding up?
This one has seen better days.
Let's see. Okay. Do you feel like you'll be able to continue in the future? Not this moment, of course. I understand you're not doing as well.
This one knows they will be able to make a full recovery, but that does not mean this one is willing to go back there.
I'm afraid if you do go back there, you have no say in the matter, as is the terms of the contract.
This one assumed as much. I want to emphasize the fact that I'm not putting a strain on my voice, but there is like visible strain in his voice. Or I say visible. It is technically visible because not all of his lights are lighting up.
Well, it would be audible to Mal.
Yeah, it would translate it for her.
Yeah. But
For now, take it easy. Citus, make sure he stays alive. And I'm aware Wolf isn't here, so Citus is just going to nod his head.
I thought you cut out for me, so you just said I'm a werewolf.
No, I'm aware Wolf isn't here right now, so Citus is
Where
just going to
Tyrion?
nod his head.
Where Tyrion?
Mal steps into the med bay. V, would you want to describe the extent of your damage, Mr. I should definitely be dead?
I'm imagining that they would have been shooting for center of mass with the acid spit, I'm guessing, yeah? Or would they have gone for exposed skin areas?
I think the little ones were just hitting to hit. It doesn't matter
Okay.
where they hit, they just wanted to hit. The bigger ones would have been going for center of mass.
Okay. I'm imagining the worst damage is probably to the chest region then. There are holes in the torso from where acid has eaten in and has damaged the underlying tissue. There's possibly going so far as exposed organs. One of the limbs, if you're okay with that, has taken a really nasty hit and looks like it's going to either need a long time in biological regrowth of parts of it, or having bits regrown and attached later, or it's going to need a cybernetic replacement because that's gnarly. If you were doing it quickly, you'd go cybernetic, just cut off what remains, replace it. I'm imagining he probably has quite a bit of damage to at least one side of his face. Probably not as much that he'd need cybernetic replacements, but he would opt for it because he's him.
He doesn't need it, but again, in the interest of get me back on my feet as fast as possible, give me the cybernetics.
Cybernetics is the quickest, yeah.
I would take it that
is he conscious at this
Tanak
moment?
isn't. That's what I was going to ask. Is he conscious?
Would you like me to roll a con save?
Sure.
Ooh, exactly average.
Okay.
You could have it that she waited until he is awake.
No.
I'd imagine she'd.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
Tanak, as you're laying in bed, you kind of squint your eyes open. You are barely, just barely there. And I would like a perception check from you.
Certainly.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Okay, take the worst of these. 6.
So you're hearing, but it doesn't. None of the words are really
Coalescing.
clicking into place.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not sure if you have this, but I know I do. I can hear someone say a sentence at me, and I know that they have spoken words, but my brain
Did not
does
comprehend.
not click them into a sentence that makes any form of sense.
Welcome back, Wolf.
But you know what I'm
Wolf
talking
Venom
about.
said I am back and you do that so many times with me.
I know. I know. I'm sorry, but this you get what I'm trying to describe, right?
Yeah. You hear the words, but you don't comprehend them. It doesn't form a sentence. It is just, if you're lucky, isolated words. If you're unlucky, sounds that you know must be words, but you cannot comprehend.
And while you're like trying to focus in on this conversation, you manage to make out 2 words. Argus Row.
Okay.
You see Ezel stiffen up and protest at that, but Mal waves her hand dismissively and tells him something. You're not quite sure what before she leaves you. And Wolf, now that you're back, Mal told Sidus to make sure Zephin stays alive because Zephin's not doing so hot.
He is having a day.
Here's a leaky Hannah.
Wolf Venom said Sai will of course do his best.
All right, team. I know Tanak is pretty fucking bedbound, but is there anything that anyone would like to do? Tanak, would you like to take up knitting with the fact that you have an arm? Do you have your arm still?
Okay, so this is downtime activities.
Yes, you are presently in downtime right now.
He crochets himself a new arm.
I could see him having a go.
I mean, I've seen some really funny things that people have done with as they are amputees with crochet, but I don't think Zephin's the type to do that. Specifically, people like crochet covers. So some people crochet like little goofy chicken legs. So it's all feathers, and then they have like 2 little chicken feet at the end with crochet. It's really funny looking.
Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said Sai is busy with our Hannah. Actually, while he is sleeping, Sai will tidy the fuck out of his room for him.
Yes!
Does this include moving the alpaca rug?
Wolf
Oh,
Venom
no.
said yes. It must all look neat, including the bed.
He's too weak to stop him.
Was this the alpaca rug that scared Zephyr or something?
He wasn't scared of it, he just didn't like it.
Ah, that was it.
Wolf Venom said look at the mess. The OCD is strong in this one.
This one
Things
has
might
a
get a bit
system.
goofy with the map. Give me a moment.
No
I am
problem.
aware.
I think Tanek is going to take up working on a interface so that he can control things with only one hand. He's going to try and come up with a neural interface that can, he can keep the same typing neural connections, so the computer knows what he's trying to type, basically.
I'm
Wolf
so
Venom said if
sorry.
the Mac won't allow anything to be straight, we can say it is straight.
Not during this
Um,
month. It's Pride Month.
I'm so sorry. The alpaca rug has actually existed on the map, but it's been on the GM layer the whole fucking time.
Yep.
Yes, there's an actual alpaca rug.
Didn't
I want you to know, for these transgressions, Zephyr will eventually go into Sice's room and disorganize all of his socks.
just the socks?
Just the socks. Wait, hold on. If you're reorganizing Zephyr's room, okay, you guys remember when we did our first round, like session 0, and we were all messing with the pool table to mess with Citus?
Yes.
Zephyr stole one of the balls to mess with Citus and will put it in one of his drawers.
You're gonna find the ball,
He's gonna find the ball!
and he's gonna know after all this time it wasn't Tanek. It was actually Zephyr.
This is the shit I live for.
Well, you find the ball. Zephyr can't stop you.
Scared Hanar noises.
I'm sorry, what is a scared Hannah noise? It's like you take a
I
Capri
don't
Sun
know.
and wobble it.
Wolf Venom said damn that Tanik, stealing the ball and hiding it in this poor Hannah's room to frame him.
That is exactly the shit Tanek would do, you're right.
I can't tell if that's sarcasm, though. Is that like what he actually believes, or if am I gonna have to roll insight for that?
I think that's what he said aloud, but Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said no. Sai will just grumble and when he has a moment take the ball back to the pool table.
Zephyr's gonna be real sad to find his pool ball is gone.
This one wants his ball back.
Damn.
Look, man, it's hard to play fucking billiards when he stole the damn 8-ball.
Shiny.
Please tell me that you've actually replaced it and this is just a magic 8-ball now.
That that would be really funny. But unfortunately, no.
Good, Tanek can do that next time then.
I feel like every time this goes on, there's just gonna progressively get more and more Magic 8 balls until that's the only ball that's left.
They'll all be painted to look like the ball they've replaced, though. So we just have a billiards table just filled with magic 8 balls.
Exactly. Zephyr could shake all of them at once.
If it's good enough to roll, it's good enough to play.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they aren't, though.
And they won't fit in the pockets.
No.
We can play other games.
We could play dodgeball,
With the magic 8 ball.
or with regular billiard balls.
I think traditionally you play those with branches.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never played it before. I'm a Hanar.
So Viz, oh, actually, Mace, are you doing
Yes.
anything?
just sitting quietly, staring at space.
So our pilot and our heavy hitter are just both sitting there.
Yeah.
Fair. So when Tannic finally wakes up, he's going to look over to the doctor and be like, "So what's the damage?"
Well, let's see. Your rib cage is entirely melted.
Wow, that's...
You're going to need a lot of skin grafts if we keep your skin on your chest. A few of your organs were exposed and damaged. Your left leg is, well, for lack of better way to put it, absolutely fucked. So you can either spend months healing that leg, or we can replace it with cybernetics. Mal has opted for cybernetics while you were unconscious.
Hate to say it,
Do
but
you want
she's
a
right.
mirror?
Sure. Hit me.
Ezel is going to open up his Omni tool and basically turn it so that it's the camera's facing you and show you yourself.
Oh, that's hot.
What?
Oh, this is cool. I can put so many upgrades in.
Yes, I'm aware. Unfortunately, you are going to have to remain in bed until we get to where we're going next.
I mean, that would make sense. I don't think you've got the necessary parts to... Is my voice going weird? Right. I don't think you're going to have the necessary parts for me to be able to walk for a while, right?
That would be correct.
Fair enough. You gotta work with what you got.
So for now, because you're conscious and you're as stable as I'm going to be able to get you, would you like to rest here or in your own bed?
What'd be more convenient for you? I don't care.
You staying in here is probably more convenient for me.
Alright. Could I get you to grab a computer?
Sure, where did you put it?
On the desk. It's just a folding type. Easy enough to pick up. Hold on. He
All right.
brings up his Omni tool and types on it with... Oh, he doesn't really have a nose. He's going to have to use his chin to type on it to give the access to the dock, because he assumes the dock doesn't already have access. I'm assuming he already did.
Suggestion.
Hmm?
Does Tanak still have his tongue?
He's talking.
Okay, so then he could use his tongue to type instead.
This is true.
Don't worry about it. I've got it.
Thank you. Yes. The doc can see that he's got his pills lined up on top of the table with, like, what they called? Post-it notes? Sticky notes? What they called?
Both work.
But anyway,
Could either work.
it's got those listing it off by day and time. So he's got it properly organised and laid out, so the doc can actually see he has been doing it properly.
Good. Ezel comes back in with the it's basically a laptop, I take it.
Yeah, basically. That's what I was picturing.
You are very lucky to be alive. You know that?
Yeah, well, I figured it was either going to be me or the entirety of the team, so I took the hit.
He considers that. I'm pretty sure Mal would like to hear that. Put yourself after the team. For the now,
I was pretty sure we were all fucked if somebody didn't take the hit, and I don't trust the others to take the hit. Maybe Mace, but she was in a better position, so it made more sense if she got out.
Also, you've been eating your meals properly, I hope. Or at least you're taking your
I
medication.
think so. I've been following the guides. Not 100% sure I've been getting the exact timing right, but I've been close.
Okay. Is there anything else that you need or want for comfort's sake?
Maybe some headphones so I'm not bothering you with noise. But, I mean, that's not essential right now. I'm going to be just checking up on, stuff.
It's not going to bother me too much.
All right.
With how little you people are in here. In fact, it'd probably be welcome.
Okay. He's going to fire up the thing and start trying to work on an interface that he can use properly.
All right.
I'm sorry, I got to ask. Back into Maze. Are we not going to tell any of this to the council? To Prolus?
What? Can you repeat that for me?
Are we not going to report any of this to the council?
Prolus considers for a moment. I wouldn't worry about that.
Never.
The boss has his ties to the council. They'll know.
Good. Because never mind all the debt. If they knew that we are keeping things from them, then I can't even imagine the consequences to any of us.
Again, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I would just be grateful I'm alive right now.
Believe me, I am.
All right. So, team. I'm going to say a few days are going to pass by as you're moving to wherever you're going. You don't really know where you're going, but you know the ship is in motion at least. So given it's I'm giving you a couple of days recovery, Zephin, you would be up and about enough. Sure, you're still pretty bruised up, but you're not on death's door. You're not dying anymore.
Wolf, do you want to go back to your quarters?
Nerd, is there anything Zephin would like to do, considering he's up and about enough?
I'm trying to get my shields and health back to where they're supposed to be. Like, they're showing that they're full, but the bars are still small on my end.
They're full on my side, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just reload your page and it should fix it.
I'm doing that now.
Yep, I know. Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said, how much Omnigel do we have on the mods table? Because I was thinking of trying for disruptor ammo.
We have a manifesto. We have 16
have-
loose Omnigel.
Yeah, you have 16 loose Omnigel, 5 in the weapons table, 0 in the mod table, and 30 in the armor table.
Wolf Venom said so 5 gel, plus 5k from me for 10k as you need to spend half the market cost to make something and it is 20k.
Okay. And we're using the loose Omni Gel for that?
Wolf Venom said yes.
I'm modifying it now.
Let's see. Excuse me.
And as per usual, please roll your d20. Please roll your d4. It'll take you 2 days approximately because you could put 4 hours of work within a day.
Wolf Venom said so I should be done by the time we get to wherever we are going.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So you were working on some disruptor ammo. Mace, were you doing something?
I think I'll go visit Tenek on the hospital.
As you enter, Tanek is playing a game and has a pair of, I'm assuming, Solarian headphones either clip onto the back of the head or maybe go over the horns, like around the front, maybe? Or they're patches that just stick on either side of the head.
I think they kind of wrap around the horns and their bone conduction.
Okay.
So he would be able to still hear Mace.
He's going to pause and glance up. Yeah,
I see you're feeling better.
mostly. You should see the mess my leg's in.
I did got a glimpse of it, yes.
How's everybody else?
Eh, same old.
How big of a spat did Zephyr make?
Well, not really a big spat.
Eh,
They mostly keeping to themselves.
he's alive?
Yes,
Huh. I could have sworn that big thing was going to kill him.
he was much better than you were.
Eh. It did draw quite a lot of their attention, to be fair.
It was quite a stupid maneuver, yes, but brave.
Calculated.
Gallus is going to use that excuse next time he does something like that.
I would question your mathematics if that's the case.
Well, let me put it this way. From what I could see, it was either that we were all fucked, or one of us could take a risk and they would probably be fucked. And since it would take too long to explain it to Sai, you were close to the exit. It made more sense for you guys to get out. And Zephyr, I wouldn't have expected to be able to survive the big thing, so that left me.
That's true. It did buy us time. And thanks to that, we all managed to get out alive. So I appreciate it.
No problem. It was just what needed to be done.
Well, if you need help in anything, just let me know.
Pretty good. Might need help when we get to
Yeah.
wherever it is we're going, because I don't think we got a wheelchair or anything, and I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd do well with crutches.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alright?
I'll let you go back to your game.
He recommences machine gunning something down. Tarek's gonna pause at that point and then go, "Hey Doc, you got a sec.
Yeah, what?
Did Mel ever get the contents of my Omnitool? For the report, I mean.
No, she didn't.
But I had the pheromonal trace and that on it. Did none of the others remember
Well,
to
how
tell
are
her?
I guess not. You were unconscious, so
Fair enough.
can't really
Okay,
blame you for that.
I'll message her. He's going to type in, informing her that he has the data from his Omnitool, and it might be of some use, not sure.
Mal will ask him to forward it via Omnitool.
Yep, he'll send it over to her. So that's the pheromonal trace, the scans of the dead Krogan and samples we took from the slime and stuff. The information on the nest and the binary helix people.
All right.
Also, the pheromonal trace leading out the front of the ship will be in that as well,
Alrighty.
along with a recording of the stuff he did.
Just gotta make sure she knows that
Yep.
he was self-sacrificial for the team. Nothing important.
Doesn't regard it that way. He regards it as that was what needed to be done. There's a bit of a disconnect in his brain between self-sacrifice and that needed to be done. He's approaching it from a utilitarian point of view of that was what needed to be done to complete the task.
Fair enough. Prolus is going to knock on Sidus's door.
Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said, who is it?
Prolus.
Wolf is Sightus in the middle of reorganising his sock drawer as Zephyr not had the chance yet.
Wolf
He has
Venom
not had
said,
a-
door is open.
Prolus opens the door. Wanted to, well, I guess check in on you. I'm guessing everything is okay in terms of, well, you didn't really get eaten up by Rachni or anything, and God, have you told her? He's referencing Sisychus's mother because he doesn't know if you two are an item still or not.
Wolf Venom said, oh. I am fine, physically. And not yet. Not sure how. You told your wife our kids might have to deal with Rachni being around.
I haven't. I I have no idea how I would even tell her. I know the ship's still there. Mal didn't blow it up.
Wolf Venom said long extinct killer alien bugs are not that extinct. Hard to put in a hey how are you message.
Yeah, you can say that again. And we can't even be relieved that we're gone from that place. Mal said there's a possibility that you guys are going to have to go back in. You're okay.
Wolf Venom said and if we don't, someone else will find it. We were not the first ones there.
I don't know what they're thinking. They should have just blown it up.
Wolf Venom said don't forget, Rachni were actually intelligent. If someone lands and gives them away off the ship.
Spirits, oh, I don't want to think about that. But the queen egg is gone, right? Oh, we might be already screwed.
Wolf Venom said no idea. We didn't find one. But our search got disrupted by a small army of Rachni.
Let us hope that whoever took the egg, it wasn't a queen egg. And if it was a queen egg, let us hope whoever took it plans on destroying it.
Cooking show.
The last Arachni omelet.
Don't know why, but I'm now picturing a Krogan with the Swedish chef's voice.
Swedish Krogan.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I think a
lord.
Krogan chef would be closer to Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Wolf is typing.
Wolf Venom said well the last people there, apart from us, appeared to be binary helix. Do you trust them with a Queen Rachni?
I don't trust anybody or anything with a Queen Rachni. So, yeah, I think that makes the situation even worse.
Wolf Venom said funnily enough, me neither. And I include this ship, if we are being candid.
I'm not going to say anything. At this point, I don't trust anyone on this ship with Arachni egg either. Though, this has gotten me thinking, considering how bad Tanak got ripped up, and it's very well possible you have to go onto the Arachni ship again, or Lord knows what the boss is going to have you do next. Do you have a way to tell your family if something happens to you?
Wolf Venom said if we are going back I am not finding a queen or a queen egg. As for family, I can leave their contact in my desk.
If something happens, who would you prefer to break the news? Do you want it to be Mal, the boss? Anyone else?
Wolf Venom said you seem upstanding, plus as a soon-to-be dad I think you get it.
I thank you? I'm not sure. But okay. Uh I'll keep that in mind. If anything ends up happening, I'll I'll be sure to let your family know.
Wolf Venom said and you know what I mean by I am not finding one, right? Even if it kills me. My son is not growing up with Rachni running around.
I get what you mean. You're gonna make sure that there's nothing to worry about.
Wolf Venom said yeah, there is no queen.
Well, I'm sure you hear this a lot from your family, but keep safe, okay? You got a kid at home, and I'm pretty sure Bucko would like to see their dad.
Wolf Venom said I will try. We shall see what happens. Where are we going?
Well, there was a bit of an argument for a bit, but I think we're headed to the Sentry Omega system. There was a bit of deliberation with the Doc, Mal, and Boss about what we're going to do about Tanak, and well, it was either go to the Nubian Expanse, Argus Row, or Sentry Omega. So one of those three for sure.
Wolf Venom said okay.
I think you'll like it there, if it is Sentry Omega. It'll be like having a vacation for a bit.
Wolf Venom said the name almost reminds me of home.
I bet, but it's going to be a lot nicer than home. Lot less Arya Talok to worry about.
Wolf Venom said hey, are you disrespecting my home? Those are fighting words.
No, I'm not disrespecting your home. I'm just stating a fact that your home is incredibly violent and not hygienic, really dark. It's not the prettiest place.
Wolf Venom said you don't have to remind me. I kept my place clean though. Probably the cleanest spot on Omega.
Might have to see that sometime. I imagine it sparkles.
Wolf Venom said you can eat your food off the floor. But please don't, it leaves a mess.
Not that I'm doubting the cleanliness of your floor in Omega. I don't think eating things off the floor is a good idea, full stop. Anyhow, I've got a shuttle that I need to make sure is in tip top shape before we go out again. Take it easy.
Wolf Venom said yeah. You too.
Alright. Has the team thought of anything else they'd like to do? Because this is where I have left off. I don't have anything further for you to do today.
Other than Zephin rolling up his carpet, bringing it to Cyrus's room, and leaving it at the door, no.
Why? Do you not like your alpaca rug?
He does not like the alpaca rug.
What's wrong with alpacas?
Nothing, he just does not like the rug. He does not touch the ground, so he cannot experience the sensation of a carpet. It mocks him.
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop you from just luxuriating atop that carpet.
He's fine.
It's like riding alpaca for real.
He has his bed, which is more comfortable.
Actually, is it comfortable for you? Wouldn't it be rather drying?
No, it's fine for him. Because he doesn't use the blankets, he just kind of splays out on it.
I would just imagine you have a tank instead of a bed.
I mean, okay, well, let's meet in the middle. We'll say it's a waterbed.
Wolf Venom said move it more into the middle of the corridor, between our doors, and we can say Sai puts it there because it looks at least neat.
Maybe set it up there so it's perfectly aligned with the rest of the walls and that.
But yeah, I imagine he likes to splay out on his bed to disperse any excess heat. You know how like owls seem to melt? They do that because they're trying to get rid of heat.
Well, Tanik is just going to wait until he can get his leg fixed, basically. So he's not got much he can do.
I like to imagine he's like rigging a very small, like finicky one made out of like paper clips, gum, and duct tape, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh no, he'd probably build something if he had access to the workbenches, but he's going to wait until the cybernetics put in place. I like that only one member of the team bothered to visit him. That is completely appropriate.
I'll have Zephin visit him. I just don't know where he is.
He's still in the med bay.
Ah, he's gonna politely knock on the door.
You can come in. Wrong door. There you go.
There is a wolf typing.
When you said there is a wolf typing, I just had visions of an actual wolf trying to use a keyboard.
What do you think wolf is?
Valid.
I can confirm.
Wolf Venom said Sai was busy looking after our Hannah.
Fair.
He's gonna look over Tanik.
Tanik is playing a game.
This one expected you to be in worse shape.
Tanik turns to face you, and you can see the massive damage to his face. Hmm? Oh, I expected you to be dead, to be fair.
This one is relieved that we both made it out and would like to thank you for helping.
I just did what needed to be done.
Understandable. Is there anything I could assist with? Is there anything this one could assist with? Fuck.
No, I'm pretty good at the moment, thanks. Are you alright? You're being nice. It's confusing.
Confusing.
Confusing. I mean, half his face is melted. I'm not surprised if his words are a little slurred. You aided in saving this one's life, and this one is therefore grateful.
Cool.
That's why this one is being nice.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
He'll just leave then.
Yeah. Tanik is not good at being nice.
Oh, we know. I think everyone is aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I'm good.
Were you wanting to say anything to Tanik Wolf?
Wolf Venom said seen worse on Omega. Get back to work, lazy.
Tanik is going to sort of look up from what he's doing. He's going to look over at Sai. Huh.
Zephin's gonna do that too, because he's just right behind Citus.
Didn't picture you as being the one to have the sense of humor about it. Probably should have.
Citus has one hell of a bedside manner.
Wolf is typing, sorry.
Wolf Venom said they say laughter is the best medicine. And you should see the kind of shit I had to patch up.
Yeah, I got the impression that I was sort of leaking by the time I got to the ship. I'm fairly sure I got hit in the back as well.
Oh, you did.
Wolf Venom said Sai will give Tanik a full list of everything that was wrong with him.
Yep, that lines up with what I've seen. It's going to be cool to get the new replacements in, though.
Wolf Venom said new replacements.
Yeah, for, like, the leg and a couple of other bits and bobs. Like, I lost quite a few ribs, so it sounds like I might have to get, like, possible synthetic replacements if he looks over to the doctor.
Unless you want to spend months and months growing new ribs, yeah.
Fuck that shit, no thanks.
Wolf Venom said I am glad we have Mace on board. Soon you will need an engineer, not a doctor.
Heh. Yeah, hopefully. No offense, Doc.
Doesn't bother me any.
Wolf is typing.
Just means I can take inventory and count pills all day.
Wolf Venom said oh all offense taking. Sai laughs.
Wait, do you actually count the pills all day?
What do you think I do all day?
I don't know, I just assumed you had a hobby or something.
He is just giving you a dead look.
Scientist, next time we get somewhere with like a bar or something, we're taking this guy out, right? Agreed?
No.
I didn't ask you, I asked Citus.
Wolf Venom said do you know the amount of work it takes to run a clinic?
Well, it can't take that much. This guy's sitting here counting out pills.
Clearly you don't understand sarcasm.
Wolf Venom said spirits. I think I need a drink. If he wants to come he can.
Fair,
I
fair.
don't want to.
I don't think I can actually have drinks with my cocktail of meds at the moment. Certainly not at the moment.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Should probably wait until at least the stuff is in and I get the all clear from this guy.
Okay, so I know V cut out for all of us, but I like to imagine that was actually just 10x systems just glitching out when he was trying to vocalize something.
Where did I cut out?
Literally the entire thing. It was just all glitchy.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine that was just Tanik actually being unable to speak.
Just malfunctioning constantly.
It makes sense. He is, like, missing a lot of parts.
No, they're there. They're just goop.
That's not better.
Do you want him to have a new voice box by the end of this, in which case I get to do a different voice?
That is entirely up to you.
Oh Jesus.
For all I care, he could sound like Freddy fucking Fazbear.
I thought you were going to go with Freddy Krueger, and I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. And then you did Freddy Fazbear, and I'm like, I have lost all respect for you.
You shouldn't have had it to begin with, honestly.
Fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
You
it's
should have lost all respect for me with the door incident with Gallus.
that was very funny, to be fair. All right. Is there anything else we can think?
Wolf is typing.
Wolf is typing. Yeah.
Wolf Venom said, well, I shall leave you to rest and the doctor there to get back to his work. If either of you need any help, I am not far away.
No problem.
All right.
Hey, Zephyr, do you want to be useful?
I'm good.
Damn it. I was going to ask you to stand in the corner and be a lamp. He grins toothily.
All right. Anything else, anyone, before we call it?
Does Mal have anything to say to Tanik?
I think that's it. She's been radio silent since you sent everything.
All right, fair enough then. Then, yeah, that's it.
If that's it, then I think that's where we'll call it today.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, folks. I hope you have enjoyed. I have been joined tonight by my fellow players, an absolute freaking nerd,
Well, bang, okay.
Diablo Awesome,
Oh, hey, no one died.
Wolf,
Sad.
Wolf Venom,
Wolf Venom said I should go.
and of course our wonderful DM, Viz Kanoya.
You know, I am also surprised that no one died.
Yeah, so am I, honestly. I was expecting Tanik to get killed there. Right, thank you for joining us. I have been my usual self, V. I will be back on tomorrow. Probably knowing me, I'm going to end up doing more bloody workers and resources, because my god, that game is addictive. But for now, I wish you all a good night, and farewell. See you next time. This is your cue to say good night, folks.
Make
But it's not night yet.
God damn Americans.